What's this now?
Well, hey, everybody, welcome to my Psychic Connection and our new little show here, Astrology Update, the transits and you. And today I'm going to tell you about the week ahead from February 1st to February 7th. Um, all the things that you can expect, the transits in the sky, how they'll affect the energies all around you, how you can cope with them, meet those challenges, and take those opportunities. So this is going to be exciting. I hope y'all love it. And we'll start off with February 1st. So the first thing I want to say is we're going to start the month off with all of our planets direct. And I know if you've heard me say it before, you've heard me say it a million times, and I'm going to say it one more time. I'm so excited that all the planets are going to be direct. This means that energy is flowing smoothly for good or bad, because nothing's all good, nothing's all bad, but the energy's actually going to be moving in a forward motion, smooth, not wonky. So it's going to be mostly normal. Now, there are going to be a few transits that are going to throw us for a loop, but there are also going to be some transits that really give us some amazing opportunities. So February 1st at 5:11 p.m. Eastern, the moon is going to transit from Cancer to Gemini. Now the moon rules Cancer. It loves being there. So this is a very great time for mostly water signs and earth signs. Now us fire and air signs, we're going to feel a little bit out of sorts because we're not so used to having all that emotional energy around us, especially if you're a Gemini. You're like, no. None of that here. So if you are water or air, this will be a comfortable time for you. Just flow with it, enjoy it. Air and fire signs, just try not to let those emotions overwhelm you. The moon is a fast mover. It only takes about 2.5 to sometimes 3 days for the moon to transit from one sign to another. So it's a little crazy sometimes, but it's like breathe, blink an eye, and it's gone. So we'll do fine. Just hang in there. Now, the Sun and Saturn are both in Aquarius on the 1st, and that's a beautiful trine with Mars and in Gemini. Now, this will give that weak Mars placement an extra boost, and you'll be able to find the energy to move forward with plans and responsibilities. Saturn is all about responsibilities and making things happen. And that moon in Gemini has been, there are several ways that it could manifest. It could be not being able to make decisions, not having the energy to move ahead, just kind of like, eh. But with that trine between the sun and Saturn to the Mars, you'll have that burst of energy that you want to get things done. Take advantage of this, just do it. It's a beautiful energy, and you'll find that you have a lot of forward movement with it. Okay, now that's a great thing. But we also are going to have Venus in Pisces squared with Mars in Gemini. And that's two mutable signs, two adaptable signs that are ever changing, kind of lining up each other and making a challenge. And the challenge is going to be that things are going to be um how do you say, kind of mixed signal-ish. You're going to be getting mixed signals, not just from romantic relationships, but from any relationship that exists. Relationships even include enemies, believe it or not. So you're going to be getting all these mixed signals and going, what the heck is going on? But there's also going to be, as far as romantic relationships, a very high sexual tension. Anytime that Venus and Mars have an aspect where they're connected by degree, there is very high sexual tension going on. But take your time with all the mixed signals. Do not commit to anything for this time. And that's going to last until February 11th. 11 more days of hold back, see how things pan out after this square is gone, and don't don't start hearing wedding bells just yet because it's going to be an emotional roller coaster ride. So yeah, we got that to look forward to. Ugh. So if you're in an existing relationship, just ride it out. Don't make any rash decisions. And if you're just entering a relationship, just enjoy the sexual tension, but don't commit. I hope I really drove that home. So that's going to February 2nd of 2003. So Venus in Pisces will be trined to the moon in Cancer for a very, very short time today, early afternoon. This is actually a really good time to strengthen existing relationships and family ties. Venus loves being in Pisces. It's exalted in Pisces. That's a very great way of expressing how you feel, how you love, how you relate to people. And then that trine with the moon in Cancer, it's all about family, it's all about home. So this is for existing relationships. Don't go professing just quite yet about new love. All right, so it will still Venus and Pisces be squared with that Mars in Gemini. So just hold on a little bit longer, 10 more days. We've got this. So February 3rd, nothing really changes that Venus in Pisces will no longer be trined with the moon. Remember, I said that moon is a fast mover. That's an opportunity you want to grab really, really quickly while it's happening. Throughout the day on the 2nd, it'll be good, but by the 3rd, you can still make some forward progress, but the really good window of opportunity is gone. So, but you'll still be contending with that Venus in Pisces squared to the Mars in Gemini. So, it's going to be a long 11 days, you guys. So, excuse me, on February 4th, 2023, at 3:48 a.m. Eastern Time, the moon is going to transit into Leo. So we're going to go from this really strong emotional time. And remember, emotions can be good too, but we'll be going into Leo. And Leo moon is the most amazing time to channel your inner child, to be having fun, and to start any kind of creative process or creative project. Really take advantage of this. If you've been wanting to do something creative, do it. Just do it. That's February the 4th. And it starts at 3:48 a.m. And you'll have about 3 days to really, really have fun and make something beautiful. So go for it. So the sun in Aquarius is going to be trining the Mars in Gemini. That that's still, this is a really positive aspect, and it can bring out some stimulating conversation or debate. It can also bring in arguments, but be sure not to get stuck in opinion. If you do get into a debate or an argument, really listen to what the other person is saying. Go into this not thinking, I'm right, you're wrong. That's the end of the story. Really listen to each other, and forward movement can be made. A trine is a very positive aspect, and that Mars in Gemini to the sun can really smooth out some previous conflicts, but it can also open up an opportunity to have the best conversations about anything and everything. Really encourage you to take advantage of this energy to smooth over other things. However, if you do see that either party, even if it's more than one party, are fixed in their opinion and are not listening, just back out until that particular trine is gone, because sometimes that particular type of trine can strengthen that stubborn and obstinacy. Okay. So Venus in Pisces still squared, Mars in Gemini. I know I don't have to beat it to death. But with that moon in Leo, there is and that positive trine between the sun and Mars. Today could be like a totally fun-filled, flirty day. Have fun with it, enjoy it. Don't go too deep, just keep it light. And today could really be freaking awesome and a great confidence booster saying, hey, I still got it. So, February 5th, 2023, in addition to the trine between the Sun and Mars and the square between Pisces and Venus, wait, Venus and Pisces. Sometimes I get confused because they all come at me too fast, and that square between Venus and Pisces and that Mars and Gemini, there will be a full moon in Leo at 1:27 a.m. Eastern Time. This is a really fantastic time with all those energies going on, and with that full moon that shines that light brightly on all the things that you can see. Really take a good look at it and see what is in your life that is keeping you unhappy. This is the best time to do moon work to remove any parts of those things in your life that make you unhappy that you possibly can. So totally take advantage of it. It's worth staying up. It's exact at the exact zero, like ground zero at 1:27 a.m. Work on bringing some fun and creativity into your life and working on cutting out anything that you possibly can keeping you unhappy. This full moon can help you recognize things that you've previously made excuses for or previously just not looked at full on and said, yeah, that doesn't work for me anymore. It's a great time to get rid of those things in your life. So, February 6th, 2023, at 4:15 p.m. Eastern, the moon is going to change into Virgo. This is a really hard transit because you're going from way fun and creative to full on detail and work mode. Not saying that Virgos can't have fun, because some of the funnest people I know are Virgos, but it really brings order into situations that might seem chaotic. And Leo energy, Leo moon, can be a little chaotic. So, this is a really good time to pay attention to details and to start bringing order into your life with those things that you removed with that full moon magic. So the sun in Aquarius is still trined with the Mars in Gemini. Still a great time to have some meaningful conversations. But with that Virgo moon, they're going to tend to turn toward work oriented details, or things that you can do to progress in your life as far as what needs to be done. Great opportunity as the best time to talk out how to make things better and then actually implement it. That Virgo moon is powerful for giving you the energy and the drive to start getting things done, to perfect things. Virgo is all about perfecting something that's already good or fixing something that's broken. Beautiful time. Yes, Venus is still squared with that poor Mars. But we're almost halfway there. We're not going to get there at the end of this week, but it's coming. Just bear with me. So, last day for this transit update and you is February 7th, 2023. So the sun in Aquarius is still having that amazing trine with Mars in Gemini. This is the last day that this trine will be in effect. So be sure that you're being communicating and be social. Use this whole week to expand your social circles, because Aquarius is all about social circles and groups. Trining with that Mars in Gemini, you never know who you're going to meet or what conversation that you're going to have that can propel you forward. So, forward movement can be made in all relationships, whether they're personal or business, for the 3 days that this trine was in effect, and this is the last day of it. So, yes, Venus and Pisces are still in that flippin' or I keep seeing Venus and Pisces. It's Venus in Pisces and Mars in Gemini. Still that stinking square. And it can be fun. But again, I remind you, it's very, very challenging. The mixed energies are getting stronger now because it's pretty much dead center. Up to now, it was applying, but tomorrow it will start separating on the 8th. And try not to look too deeply into signals until February 11th when that square is no longer there. So, you guys, that was our weekly astrology update, the transits in you. Um, they are focused on everyone, and it's really cool how they can get real personal to your chart, but this is for everyone to be aware of what's going on in the world around them, how to meet it, how to when to shy away from it, and what to do. And we will see you next Wednesday on February 8th with the next week in Transits Astrology Update, the transits and you. Thank you for joining us at My Psychic Connection, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Now what's this now?